UAD here, starting to the north. Their opponents on the yellow side, of course, Front Mission starting to the south of this map, and yes, a very
different lineup.
Yeah, indeed, and that's not what I had expected at all, actually.
Yeah, I was expecting URDead to go with a heavier setup, whereas Front Mission going with a lighter one, but it's completely opposite here. Front Mission going with 5 heavy tanks, 2 AMX-50s plus 3 T-32s, whereas URDead going with a lighter setup, 1 AMX-50, 1 T-32, 1 medium T-69, and of course 2 light 1390s. So yeah, a lot more mobility gonna be coming out from URDead, and we could see a potential engagement here on the eastern side of the map. I want to see that, and I mean right now with the tank lineup from Front Mission, they can just push and bully their way through.
Oh yeah, no,
through URDead.
If it's a front, if they stick together, wherever they are on this map, they definitely have the advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, no question. Look at that, like 3 T-32s against 2 MX 1390s and a T-69. That's not a fair fight.
Yeah. Honestly, as long as Front Mission take care of at least the AMX-50, the T-32, or the T-69 first, they should be able to win the engagement after that, no matter what. As long as they take care of one of those heavier forces on URDead's side, they should be completely fine here. And they're just going to continue to bully their way through here. They don't care. They want to engage URDead at this point. And URDead, what they got to do is they got to delay the engagement and then use guerrilla tactics, hit and run, to slowly whittle down those frontline tanks. And then once they're low enough, then maybe go for an engagement.
Or just take out one tank, focus all the firepower on one tank, but not in a frontal assault like Andy said. You just have to hit and run and keep moving around the map. Yeah, this is guerrilla warfare. You cannot possibly hope to tackle down such heavy forces using MX-13s. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, definitely here, as expected, with such an uneven tank selection, we can actually see right now on screen the front, the UAD players who have switched to the western front. Every single one of them. I think there's only like one T1 remaining, perhaps towards the Northern Railroad.
Yeah, no, they're really scared of the engagement right now.
I mean, they're not scared. They're just like really being smart here, because they're like, okay, we're just switching fronts, and they gave away the Eastern Crater, which actually does give the advantage to Front Mission, if you ask me. But UAD definitely moving their, using their extra mobility and speed to good advantage here. They're making good progress towards the west, and as soon as they're in position, they're probably just going to have a look at taking out those T1s first.
Yeah, quite possibly. I mean, definitely
at least one of them.
I mean, definitely the T1s would be, you know, a nice advantage. I mean, it's not a huge game-changing one that can win you the set, but definitely if you deny that vision, it's going to be harder for the other tanks on your team to land shots and get, you know, just even have vision on those enemy tanks.
Indeed. So right now, a typical east and west spread. So the map has been cut in half vertically. So it's going to be very hard to see a full-on engagement, because obviously UAD does have the disadvantage because of their tank selection. But
if I were Front Mission, I would just continue to go for a push right now. Honestly, just the sheer amount of armor difference and hit points difference that separates these teams is so big that, you know, Front Mission can afford to take a couple extra shots and can afford to come out of cover. And especially, I mean, although they don't know this, you know, most of URDead are kind of more towards the southern, you know, west part of the map, southwest part of the map. And if they had any idea of this, then definitely a push of their own would, you know, completely pay off. But I mean,
no, they just realize. I mean, right now, like you said, they don't know their enemy's position, so they can't obviously guess that. But at the same time, they're just concerned that even if they push and go for base capture, they're just too open and vulnerable out there. Let's not forget, there's still a T-32 and a T-69 and an MX-5100 that can still deal damage. So they don't just want to blindly start capturing the base to get shot. I can understand that, but the way that this is going, really, I don't see any possible engagement. I don't see teams here taking risks at this point.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, it's about halfway point in the set right now, and the positioning from both these teams are so far away from each other, and the engagement is so risky for both teams that I really, you know, I have to agree with you in the fact that it's going to be really hard for us to see an engagement at this point, unless, you know, the thing is,
Unless somebody takes like a bit of a risk, like nothing's going to happen.
But You Are Dead, they're never a team. We never see them replay, honestly. I mean, I've only seen You Are Dead maybe replay 1 or 2 times, but almost 99% of the time, they always go for a push in the last minute or so.
But they can't afford to do it at the moment. I mean, like you said yourself, it's just they don't have the tank lineup to risk anything. The only thing that can help them out is if Front Mission does something with its heavier firepower. But right now, nobody's even trying to cross the middle road, pretty much, and nobody's even just letting the other people, the other team, engage at all. So we're seeing some movement here from of course, UAD players. Soldier Wu and Legacy Jana here. So the heavier tanks are just sort of drawing closer towards the southern edge, but. I really think that UAD is going to last until the last. They're going to wait until the very last. I mean,
they are
moment.
Positioning up for a push, though.
No, they are.
They're going to go for it eventually.
They're just waiting.
Yeah, but definitely. And look at this. Front Mission are also looking for a push of their own. Just by looking at the position, you can't see it on your map right now, but Front Mission are going for a similar push of their own. So it's going to be really, really cool to see how the situation plays out, because both teams are thinking the exact same thing, but just on opposite sides of the map.
Well, exactly. They still left. Okay, on the Front Mission side, they have left 2 tanks pretty much to defend the southern base, and when it comes to UAD, they have left 1. Actually, they just left 1. So that's enough to delay a capture. But the thing is, when it comes to UAD, they can always come back, because they've got extremely quick and nimble tanks, whereas their opponents can't, which is why they left 2 tanks, I think, to defend.
And most likely those AMX 50s as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they can use that range to pretty much support any fight around the map. And yeah, of course these T-32s as well are going to be in the front line. And I mean, yeah, it's like the same situation. So yeah, both teams looking for that push. However, I think that You Are Dead, actually the light tank was spotted by that T1 before that T1 was taken down. So I mean, Front Mission, they have a slight idea of what potentially You Are Dead are up to.
Not necessarily, because UAD is retreating right now.
Yeah,
and UAD is retreating as well. So both teams have cancelled their presence on each other's base, which means that honestly, with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left on the clock, I really don't see anything happening here. Unless I'm mistaken, but unless somebody goes for it, okay, they're sending a T1. Off-spin Hades here is gonna go for that base capture, and he will get blown to bits. Yeah, meanwhile, the T60, the T32s are trying to provide cover from the crater, pretty much from the trench to the east. So they're positioning exactly. They're positioning themselves on the ledge, on the very ledge, to actually possibly protect that T1. That's creeping more and more towards the northern base, but with 2 minutes to go, oh, and the T1 goes down. So on each side, as a matter of fact, fair trade.
So it is equal right now, and look at this. The members of You Are Dead have made it back to the base. They could be going for an engagement as well. They are moving in more towards the eastern side. They have been spotted, 3 of them. Look at that Cognac Wine, Onion Head, and oh, the vision was just lost on the Angel Beach, just getting lit up once again here.
Yeah, you've got Calliope taking some hits here, so about 300 hit points just taken off him. And Hades just right behind that hill, that very small hill, and providing vision for his entire team. So that's strategically well done from Front Mission.
You Are Dead also have 2 of their tanks down on the southern edge as well, so they could be going for a sneaky base capture if they wanted to.
I don't think so. They're just like really
right now, yeah, they should just support the fight.
Yeah, I think they're just supporting the fight. There's only like a minute to go in this set, so really. But right now, from the long range. Yeah, from the long-range distance, surprisingly enough, it's actually UAD that has the advantage.
Yeah, but a little less than a minute here. 50 seconds remaining right now. One team has to move in if they want to end this, or we're gonna have to go to a replay.
I really do think we're gonna go on a replay though.
Oh, but there we go. Another tank is taken out.
No, that's just a T1, so really no bother. It's just completely tied, and unless the T8 goes down right now, we're gonna go for a replay. And I really do think
there's 30 seconds remaining, and look
they're
at
trying
this.
To
they're
corner,
continuing to push.
Yeah, no, I mean they're just trying to corner that one T8. You got Ripper over there, who's got who's about down to about 800. So they were taking a look to maybe just trying to trap him all the way up northeast, but they just didn't have enough time for that. So yes, we will go for a replay. most definitely. There's only 10 seconds left, and I don't see either team taking any chances at this point.